Welcome to Rob's Been Running. I'm Rob. It's great to have you here. And if you are new to the channel, thanks for tuning in. This channel is dedicated to trail running, and I try to take you all on my journey and hope to inspire you to seek out adventures of your own. I cover occasional kit reviews, training, trail and ultra races in the UK and in other countries that I visit. Together as a community, we can all learn and inspire one another in order to get the best out of our trail running and ourselves. So today we are taking a look at what some of my plans are for 2026, and I hope you will see it's an ambitious year for my racing. 2026 is definitely going to be a process of building gradually towards some exciting races as we move through the year. Training began at the start of January, and we are now 3 weeks into the current training block, getting ready for the first race of the year. And that first race is the Rangers Ultras PB 50k Ultra. Yes, on the 14th of March, I will be heading up to Hayfield to take on the Rangers Ultras PB 50k. You may not have heard of Rangers Ultras if you're like me from down south, but by all accounts they put on some great races in and around the Peak District and Yorkshire Dales. The PB 50k is one of 4 races that Ranger Ultras put on the Pennine Way or Pennine Bridle Way, others being the PB 18k, the PB 137 and the PB 230. PB 50k has a new looped route for 2026 along sections of the Pennine Bridle Way, the Pennine Way and the Limestone Way. It's an unmarked course with self-navigation, but it's a simple route and there's a GPX file as well, so it should be fine for nav novices like myself. This is a low-key, high-value event, so it should be nice and relaxed, and they even have relaxed start times as well. So we'll touch on more of that when we get closer to the event. Total ascent for the course is 1,840 metres, and I'll share more details about that event as we get closer to race day. On to race number 2, and I start to build mileage and elevation with this one as I continue the building process through 2026. So on the 25th of April, I'm heading up country to Hebden Bridge, which is close to Bradford, to take on the Strides events Cordale Way Ultra. Stride events put on some fantastic events just for women and events for all participants. These are all centred around the Hebden Bridge area. The Cordale Way is a 50-mile ultra marathon that starts from Hepton Stall and traverses the Cordale Way, exploring wonderful hills, moors and the valleys of Cordale. This is a marked course, so not much nav is required. Strides events also have a 30-mile version of this race for those that wish to have a slightly easier challenge but still want the full Cordale experience. As I mentioned, this race has a little bit more elevation, 2,656 metres in total. Definitely not mountains, but some good hills in there in order to build up the leg strength. Race number 3 takes me back down south all the way to Winchester for the Centurion Running South Downs Way 100-mile ultra. On the 13th of June, I'll be lacing up my most comfortable shoes for a long stint on the beautiful South Downs Way, taking in the spectacular views from Winchester all the way to Eastbourne. If you ever run a Centurion race, you will know that they do an awesome job at putting on events, and this race is possibly the pinnacle event in their race calendar. With 600 participants on the start line, it promises to be a fantastic experience. The course is marked, and there are 12 aid stations to help participants get to that finish line in Eastbourne. We are again increasing elevation and distance with this race, and a total elevation of 3,800 metres. Normally I would consider a race like this my A race for the year, and quite rightly so, based on the distance and calibre of the race, but not this year. Race number 4 takes me a little further south and a lot further east across the English Channel to a country called France. I then travel across France to a small, quite well-known mountain town called Chamonix. You guessed it, in August I am going to be heading to the UTMB finals. Words cannot express how excited I am to finally be heading to the UTMB finals. It's taken a while to get there, but I'm stoked to be getting the opportunity to line up with the other athletes looking to achieve their dreams. So you can easily see why this is my A race for 2026. I'm going to be taking on the CCC at UTMB, which is a 101 kilometre race, starting in the Italian town of Courmayeur, and then traversing the mountains of Italy, Switzerland and France, finally arriving at that iconic finish line in Chamonix. This little introduction to the race doesn't do it any justice at all, but we will go into details the closer we get to that race. Although the distance of this race is shorter than the South Downs Way, the elevation is almost double at 6,050 metres, which is quite terrifying. So you can easily see why I'm trying to increase my elevation as we go through the year. So there is definitely a lot of work to do between now and August. So they are my first 4 races confirmed for 2026. I'll probably add one or two more races in the autumn. We'll see how the body feels after the UTMB and go from there. But yeah, let me know what you think about my race choices for 2026, and also let me know what you're going to be up to. I'm really interested to see what races people are choosing out there, and to see how your race calendars are shaping up for this year. So let me know in the comments below. Okay, so that's going to wrap this video up today. If you like this video, please consider subscribing. It's a massive help to the channel. And remember to hit that like button as well. It really is much appreciated. We have another video coming up soon. I can't reveal too much just yet, but I can let you know it's our first shoe review of 2026. So keep your eyes peeled to the channel. Thanks very much for watching. Train hard, race hard, have fun. Until next time, I will see you soon. Take care. All I want